Hello, everybody. It's great to be here one more time today. My name is Gary Fowler. I'm the CEO, president, founder of GSD Get You Done Venture Studios, a premier EI and quantum venture studio located in the heart of Silicon Valley. I'm a 17-time serial entrepreneur with several unicorns under the belt. I was on the original management team at Click Software that was sold to Salesforce for 1.35 billion. Also, Eva.ai, an AI HR tech company I co-founded with Dr. David Yang. We believe at GSD that intellectual capacity is evenly spread, but opportunities are not. I am honored to be the host of Simplenight Presents. Today, we're diving into something much bigger than travel. We're talking about the infrastructure behind the experiences, how the world is moving from fragmented booking systems to fully integrated platforms that can power everything from travel, citizen services, and lifestyle. Behind every seamless experience is something most people never see: the integration layer, the connections, the orchestrations, the ability to bring thousands of suppliers, services, and systems into one virtual platform. And that's exactly where today's guest operates. Jay Salvay is the technical project manager for supplier integrations at Simplenight, where he sits at the center of building and scaling one of the most ambitious integration ecosystems in the world. We'll explore what it really takes to connect thousands of global suppliers, how APIs and orchestration engines are transforming industries, and why the future of platforms may extend far beyond travel into areas like government services and digital infrastructure. With that, I'd like to bring Jay on board. Hi, Jay. How are you today?
Hey, Gary. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. So, Jay, let's start with your journey. How did you end up leading supplier integrations at Simple Night?
Sure. So I have spent my career figuring out how to connect big, messy system and scale them. And when I heard what Simplenight was doing, I immediately caught my attention, and I thought it would be a great opportunity for me to do what I love, which is connecting things um, and making them work. So basically, we are building a massive behind the scenes engine that connects absolutely everything, from booking a flight to reserving a table at a local restaurant. So we bundle all that up and provide it to to big enterprises and governments clients as a white label platform. So it was just the perfect chance to me, for me to take my background and help to build something huge across different global products and categories. So Simple Night is managing right now at different categories for different products. So this is a huge product, and the platform is getting bigger and bigger with a great product and a great service for clients. Yes.
As a manager for supplier integrations, what does a day to day life look like for you?
So I am the bridge between developers, product, also our external partners that we connect with, and I am in charge of making sure that all the connection, all the integration is making it's going through without any problem. And at the same time, I am also making sure that all the partners that we have on board, they are working in our platform without any problem, so the user can use our platform without any problems, right? So honestly, uh, day to day, part of my job is to manage all these integrations and all the pipeline that we have for our all our partners. And because we have so much demand for what we do, our queue is extremely heavy. So I am also in charge with the team to make sure that we align and prioritize with the upper management of Simple Night to make sure that we are onboarding those suppliers. And we start, building a relationship with them from the phase zero. So that's pretty much what I do.
So why is the role so critical to the success of a platform like Simplenight? It sounds like you're the glue. Why is it so critical?
So yeah, people thinks some thinks that integrating an API is just connecting them, and that's something that there is a word behind the scenes. So my role specifically is making sure that all the partners that we have and all our platform is working correctly. So I am the bridge between the engineering team, the product team, the support team, also the development team. So we have a framework that have different phases, and this framework is the one that we manage, and I am in charge of making sure that all the phases that we have are going through without any problem for the partner that we are integrating, right? So basically that would be part of the whole orchestration that we have. So I am in charge of making sure that all the data normalization and all the mappings, all the error handlings, and everything related to the orchestration itself works well, and we don't have any problem when we are in production and when we have the partner already on board in our platform.
Well, it sounds like it's a lot of work connecting the dots. How do you standardize across such different categories? You got travel, you've got activities, you got citizen services, services, you got many, many things, but how do you connect the dots with them?
So the secret for that is that we have a framework, and this framework use different phases, and these frameworks allow us to standardize each of the categories and each of the partners that we involve. So we are able to integrate them without any problem of in the standardization of the category itself. So we are managing a bunch of categories, different categories. So our framework is using different features and different areas involving areas and teams that help us to make sure that we are in control of everything from a technical perspective, I mean. But also we have a process, a continuous improvement process. When we have a new category or something new, we will be able to start standardizing that specific category. So we start with that from day one, and that help us to make sure that we create and we maintain this framework that help us in a daily basis to make sure that everything is working well. So from the other side, on the user side, they don't need to worry about any call or any connection to any specific partner. We have everything set and everything ready for them to go ahead to our platform and book or acquire anything that they need without any problem, or without having them to be worried about any connection to an external supplier.
How do you go from integrating a handful of suppliers to hundreds of or thousands of them globally, right? And really scale up, because it gets to be pretty complex.
Yes. So we cannot, of course, do it manually. We cannot do it manually. So this is something that we with AI in the middle, we start to use AI in our favor, and we start to create different specific features in our framework that allow us to escalate this without any problem, regardless the documentation, regardless the structure that our partner has. So we are in process to escalate this, and we are day by day increasing our velocity to make sure that we are integrating more partners, and of course we are making more connections to other partners and to other suppliers to make sure that we have all on board without any problem, and obviously all this thing invisible to our clients, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. And of course, this is I would say that this is a challenge. This is one of the things that it's motivate us, me as a technical project manager, as well as the engineering team, the product team, and everybody that we have on board in our team to help us to go through this escalation without any major issues. You know.
What are the
Um,
biggest technical bottlenecks, Jay, when you're scaling integrations? What's, if you say there's three things, what would those challenges be?
so well, I would say that the first thing is the API structure and documentation that the partner has. We have sometimes we need to go to the API documentation and make sure that the structure, the velocity, I mean the speed on the responses and all the architecture is working with our framework. So those are the main bottlenecks that we have regarding technical aspects that of course, we are not able to manage. But of course, we always, and this is something really, really cool about our framework, that it's not only integrating partners, but also we help them to improve or to improve any specific technical aspect that we understand that they can change, for instance, to adapt to the best practices that we manage. So it's a constant communication with the partners and checking with them all the bottlenecks that they have, and of course making a good risk analysis of all the whole partnership from phase zero with the contract and involving commercial team, then with the product team, then with us. So I am part of that specific flow to make sure that we are not only onboarding those suppliers, but we are helping them to improve anything that they need to improve, to make sure that the responses that we get on our platform is going to be something that the client, that our user expects, right? On the other hand, we have, I would say that the second bottleneck, it's related to the escalation of the products. We always want to make sure that we have a strategy that we are able to show something to the user without the need to go to the supplier and get all the information from them. So we are having different strategies to make sure that the user is having a good experience in our platform, and ensuring, of course, that the supplier is on board in our platform without any problems on the end as well.
What role does automation play in onboarding and managing suppliers?
Right.
And with AI now, is it any better than it used to be?
Yes, totally. Our we have different, from an automation perspective, we have different processes that help us to create information and data that we need to make decisions in a daily basis, and even more when we are onboarding a new supplier or a new partner. So automation is one of the things that we use the most, and of course, automation will be something that will help us to escalate everything to thousands of suppliers integration in the midterm. So, of course, automation is one of our allies on that. And of course, we are using automation from a QA perspective, from a quality assurance perspective, of course, to make sure that all the quality gates that we have in our frameworks we are able to get those results with a team that will be providing that input to the automation, and automation will help us. All the processes, all the automated processes will help us to make sure that the quality gate at the end of the production deployment are going to be properly deployed without any problems. one important thing that we follow also from a technical perspective and an agile approach, we use Scrum, but also we use our quality team, quality assurance team. They use a V model approach. So from day one, they are able to understand and they are able to create a coverage for all the qualities that we will need through the whole process. So that help us in different situations to get different responses from our teams with the help, of course, of automation and different phases, right?
So, how do you handle real time availability, pricing, and updates across suppliers? Because this stuff changes on a moment's notice, right? And it's got to be updated to reflect the real pricing. And how complex is that?
Yeah, so that's something that we manage on a daily basis. We have different examples that we need to create a proper strategy to make sure that the user is going to have the latest information at the time that they are booking or making a purchase or on the checkout, of our platform. So that's something that we include with the help of AI, and also we make sure that all the process across all the framework that we use, we get different inputs to make sure that all the real-time availability is going to be at the moment that the user needs, right? We use different catching strategies depending on different suppliers, because different suppliers, they have different architectures. So we try always to make sure that we follow the best practices for different catching strategies to make sure that for different suppliers structures, we show the real time information data to the user without having them any problem without any problem on the platform itself, and making sure that all it's in real time and showing everything without any problem, right? But of course, our engineering team and our development team, they work together with us as well, to make sure that we have the best practices on board, and we help the partners to make sure that we follow all these best practices to make sure that the real-time data, even more in this on times like these ones that we have AI, are in the platform without any problem and without the user. Transparent to the user. Right?
So,
Totally transparent.
so Simple Night's moving beyond travel into broader service area ecosystems, like we talked about, citizen services. Well, how does that impact the integration? Is it the same, or is it different?
Right. So, yeah, that's a good question, Gary. It means the framework that we have, it's something that we have prepared for different situations. It's in a constant continuous improvement. We are all the time, we are changing this framework to make sure that we have the best rules on board and make sure that we are able to adapt and readapt our platform to different categories and services. So beyond travel, things like public services, local experiences, and digital infrastructure. The idea is one platform that connects everything the people need. And of course, I would say also
Because it is
that our product is, yeah,
it is all connected together, right? Everything is one. We forget about
correct.
it, right? And quite frankly, it makes your life a lot simpler uh, when you have all these at the palm of your in the palm of your hand to be able to look at them to do things. It just makes it easier because these disparate systems are killing us. So Simple Nights bringing it all together. You know, the Germans have a phrase, Jay, Gestalt, the sum of the parts equal the whole. And it's great to see that a platform like Simple Nights has come out to make it a whole lot easier because the challenge we all have is I call it infobesity. We have too much data and we can't make the decisions. And it's just like travel, right? Right now I'm out in Palo Alto, California, and I know this area. But if I went down to Dana Point, I don't know what's happening there today. I don't know what I should go see. I don't know what's interesting for me. I don't know which one of my friends is there. There's a lot of things that I waste for 2 or 3. It's funny because when you take a trip for 2 or 3 days, a lot of time you're wasted trying to get the lay of the land. And by the time you figure it out, it's time to leave. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's great on the Simple Night side that you're doing that. Do you see a future where one platform can power both lifestyle and other experiences?
Right. So definitely, Simplenight is one of these platforms. Our product is highly adaptable, allowing us, to easily modify the players. So it works effectively regardless of the client or the audience. So we connect to all the services as a whole, and the user, the final user, and our clients don't need to worry about the behind the scenes. So we are, as I said at the beginning, we are a behind the scenes big engines, and the experience that we have in our platform allow us to everybody that wants to use Simplenight. They are able to connect to different categories and different things on the same exact website in our platform, which is connecting to several suppliers and partners. Yes.
I mean, this has to happen for everything, right? We're going to have, the world's going to be, you're going to have one view into everything. So it'll be kind of like your grandmother loves you and cares about you and understands the kind of things you want and need. And it's happening, right? We feel that. So, what do you think? What's the future look like? Will integrations become invisible infrastructure? And do you see a shift towards autonomous or self-healing integrations where they start to do it on their own?
Right. Yes, I totally believe that. We are moving to a scenario that all the AI and everything which help us in a daily basis to make decisions will also help us to integrate suppliers and partners in our platform within minutes. So we are in the path. We have different features that we are building to make sure that it's not only helping the user when they are in our platform, but it's helping us to integrate partners and suppliers easily in our platform. So I believe that in the future we will have even more suppliers, which is something that excites me, and of course that will help us to make sure that we have a huge platform with a great engine that provides all the services in one single place.
No, I love that. You know, if you look, if we fast forward 5 years from now, what does the Simple Night ecosystem look like to you, based on what you're seeing with the different types of, like we talked about, citizen services, e-commerce? What does it look like?
So I truly believe that Simplenight, the future Simplenight will be great. We have different categories at the moment, and those categories you cannot find those categories on other platforms. Simplenight is having several categories that the user can book from our platform. So I believe that in the future, Simplenight will be in 5 years from now. We will have more verticals, more categories, and of course, the user will start using Simplenight. Will continue to use Simplenight as a platform for booking everything. That's what I believe, and that's something that we have in our roadmap, and we are getting prepared for that. Incorporating different things technically that are helping us in a daily basis to speed up all the integrations and making sure that we provide more services, more categories, more verticals to the users, and of course our clients.
This is incredible, tying this all together. You're making the complex simple, and I love it because that's what Simple Night's all about. So if you look at it without naming names, what's the most challenging integration you've ever worked on, and what did you learn from it?
Well, that's a good question. Gary. So one of the integrations that we have uh, last year, we were having inconsistency on the data, which is something that we need to manage, and we need to make sure that all the schemas, all the data schemas are aligned with our framework, our ecosystem. So I remember that specific integration that was having different, for instance, was having incomplete documentation, unreliable endpoints. We were having different issues when calling the endpoints. And also, of course, lack of real-time updates. So that specific integration was a big lesson learned for me to understand how we can prevent that from happening from day one. So I remember that after that integration, that of course, we were able to integrate them without any problem, implementing all the features that they have. They had different verticals, different categories. So after that, we were able to modify our framework. So from phase one, from phase zero, let's say, on the commercial side, and going through product engineering development, we were making changes to make sure that we are able to track properly all the risks that are involved on each of the phases. So that was a huge game changer for us. Because now I am able to, go to the commercial side, check with the team, check with the engineering team, also development team, and making sure, and also of course QA, quality assurance, to make sure that we are tracking all the risk, and I am able to get all the information from them to make sure that we are preparing on behalf to make sure. To make sure that we are having all the information before making any call.
You've done a lot, right? And you've seen a lot. So, what advice would you give the companies trying to build scalable integration platforms?
So I will say, the most important thing is to start using. I would say that design the scale from day one. It's something that it's totally a must for everybody. So and build reusable systems. Of course, making sure that, of course, expecting the failure, but being able to handle all the issues, and making sure that you are creating a specific step-by-step framework that will help you to integrate faster. That's one of the things that we keep in mind day after day, day to day, to make sure that we are always aligned, right? Because every supplier is a different world, right? So we have suppliers for different categories, but also the ones that they share the same category, they have different structure. So we need to make sure that all the strategies that we follow for getting all the real data and showing everything in our platform to a user is the same, and of course follows the best practices that we follow. So I would say that the design for the scale from day one is one of the most important things that I would say that I would say that that's the best advice.
So, and Jay, and finally, what excites you most about what you're building right now at Simple Night?
Well, Gary, we are building something that goes beyond a single industry. We have a bunch of industries that we are onboarding in our platform. So infrastructure for how people access services globally, that's incredibly exciting. Um, I believe that this is one of the most the things that excite. That provide me a lot of motivation, and as well as for the whole team. I am saying, right. So I would say that yes, building this big and complex engine that provides quick responses to the user on different services, on different industries, it's what excites me the most. So, you know, on uh, on every day we have different situations, we have different categories, we find new industries that we can onboard in our platform. So that was something that you will always have something new and a new challenge. So I believe that that's something that myself, the team, and everybody on Simplenight, they are excited about.
No, that's great. Jay, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us today. And for all the audience out there, check out simplenight.com. Imagine being able to buy anything, anywhere, anytime in an experiential way and hyper personalized for you. The world is changing, and tools and companies just like Simplenight are at the forefront of that change. So check it out. Jay, again, thank you very much for joining us. If you want to stay on for a few minutes after the show, that's great. To all of you out there, have an amazing weekend. Stay happy, stay safe, and stay healthy. And I'll be back again with another Simple Night Presents shortly. Take care of yourself and take care, Jay.
Thank you.